Hey, Dog Dude team. Quick introduction. My name is Misha. I'm the founder of Red Tree. We're a digital marketing agency that specializes in websites. I'm going to go through your current website, give you a couple of things that I think that you can apply almost, today, and also potentially with help of AI to be able to make a huge impact inside of your site. More than happy to clarify a little bit more on any of these suggestions, but hopefully they're pretty self-explanatory. But let's go ahead and dive into everything. So first and foremost, I would say you're making a very classic mistake with your homepage in that I have no idea what your business does. As I'm looking here, you're making new best friends since 2020. You're trustworthy, you're reliable, bonded, insured, respectful. You've got structured, there's a little bit of testimonials, but if I don't want to have the patience to read those, you've got a case study, and then you've got to subscribe to our newsletter. And I have no idea if you are a dog walking and training brand, if you are a coffee shop, if you are a kids daycare. You're not sending clear signals to a user as well as to Google as to what your business does. So my rule of thumb on a homepage is always 3 things you need to do. Number 1, you need to clearly articulate what it is that your business does. Dog walking, dog training, come up with a consistent phrase for that. Number 2, what makes you different? As a user is comparing you to 2 other people, why would they choose you over anybody else? And then number 3, what actionable next step do you want someone to take? Now, a lot of people will make the classic mistake that their actionable next step that they want people to take is to hire them, right? Well, that's like thinking I'm going to go on my first date and then I'm going to get married the next day. And some people in Vegas do that. Most people don't, right? They want to go on a couple of other dates. They want to move in together, whatever that is. So if a user is coming into your site, what do they need to see to kind of continually build that trust or that validation that you can do what it is that they need done? Most of the time, and you guys have some really nice case studies. Case studies might be an immediate slam dunk. It might be your team. I don't really know, but what's that next intermediate step that you want a user to take before they convert to make it a slam dunk that you're the best solution that they need? Case studies is another really big thing that I would pull out here. You have this really nice case study call to action here, but you don't really have anything spelled out inside of your navigation. So I would highly suggest you have a specific URL for your case studies. Add a drop down underneath your blog for case studies, or even potentially pull your blog underneath your about and then have case studies be higher up on the page. I think people are wanting to probably see case studies over blog articles. Blog articles might just be sort of like that introductory phase or top of funnel where people are trying to get questions answered or whatever. But case studies is I've heard about your brand, now I'm comparing you to someone else. Let's see what you can actually do. The other thing I will mention is your navigation. Your navigation doesn't follow traditional structure in that you have this BBB up in the top left-hand corner, which should be your logo. And I understand probably inside of your industry, there's a lot of people who aren't BBB certified. So this is a good trust signal, but most people know to look for a BBB down in the footer, or they'll even go over to BBB to sort of validate your accreditations. The main thing I would think about is if someone is, for example, looking for dog walking and they come to this dog walking page, I have no idea what brand is talking about dog walking right now, because where your logo should be is not on this screen. The BBB is. So I would change this to back to your existing logo, put the BBB in the bottom, and then I would try to also combine a lot of these main links inside of your navigation. It's very overwhelming, and some of this stuff can be easily combined. Like, for example, partners can fall underneath community, but you have to think of this as if, when we're going to a grocery store these days, and I'm just trying to find some flour, for example, and I've got white flour, I've got unbleached flour, I've got rainbow flour, I've got Cookie Monster flour. There's so many different options, I almost get fatigued. And then, I don't know, maybe I just pick the cheapest or I just pick one, right? My suggestion to you is to really streamline this navigation because there's just too many options as of right now. So even blog could potentially fall underneath your about if you would want, but try not to fold too many things into play. For example, I've seen a lot of people who will take their contact page and put it underneath their about. Really be intentional about thinking about how you can combine some of this stuff to make it super easy. If you want to see services, you go here. If you want to shop, if you want to hire us, you go here, so on and so forth. So there's only two more things that I have. They're kind of big ones, and they're more along the lines of search engine optimization. So the other one is these actual service pages. These service pages are a little bare, and I don't think give enough context to users as well as Google as what it is that your services do. My biggest suggestion is to add an FAQs page to a service page. And you might say to me, well, I don't know what FAQs to put in there. Well, the first place that I would say is just go to Google. And if you type in your service for dog walking, Google will give you people are also asking. So take these 4, and if you don't like these 4, you can try to get more to show up. Take 4 to 5, pull out those questions, and answer them directly on this service page. Now, again, you can have AI help you. Hey, here's the question I'd like to ask. Here's 5 words as to what I, would answer that to. And then chat might be able to fluff that up, or you might be able to go into AI, if you're not using specifically chat, you might be able to go into AI and have them answer, but you need to make sure that you're having that last human mile to fine tune that. It can't just be a copy and paste. You're going to start getting penalized from Google if it's just a copy and paste. But pull those questions into this page, and then maybe also potentially pull in some of your case studies here. Or the thing that I love so much is your videos page. Your videos page is ranked right now second highest if we do an overall, hey, give me all the pages for Dog Dude, which usually signifies like this is the second most important page to a home page. So this videos page is actually really, really good. And if you can pull some of these videos, for example, training, you can put that into one of the training pages. That will also help boost your authority from a user standpoint as well as a Google. The last thing that I will mention is, so actually Google and being found. Right now, your titles and your meta descriptions are very vague. And I think you have a huge opportunity of taking your titles and inserting main keywords like dog walking, dog training, whatever else it is that you would do, and put those inside of the main title. And then these meta descriptions are very much so an afterthought, where I always tell people the blue text is for robots and this meta description is for your users. This is going to show someone whether or not they want to click into your site or not. Can you connect with them right here? And then the last thing that I will suggest, it was really hard for me to get Arizona dog walking because it is definitely such a niched area. But your Google My Business could use a good amount of love. And there's tons of articles out there. This is a free resource by Google to be found inside of local searches. I would highly suggest, and you do show up, so you're number 3. But if you can get a few more reviews and you can really boost out this page, I think you would outrank anyone else that would be searching because no one else, it looks like, is actually taking this serious. And it's a free resource. I'm sure if you sent it to 10 of your superstar fans, they would write a review in 2 seconds and you'd be doing 300 times better than your competitors. So I really hope that this helped. If you end up doing any of this stuff, please let me know. And then also please let me know of the impact that it has. Have a wonderful day, everyone.